Thunder Bay City officials speak publicly about the decision to once again recommend Miles Street for a temporary shelter village. Good evening, I'm Ryan Benazzo. Thank you for joining us. It's the second time in the past 9 months that city staff are recommending the Miles Street property. The site was rejected by council back in November, but since then at least 4 other sites have been recommended and voted down. City officials held a news conference today to speak about going back to square one. They insist Miles Street is the most cost-effective and the closest to services. Jessica Clement has the details.
Weeks of reviewing various sites, including ones that have already been presented to council. City staff say 114 Miles Street East is still the best location to have the temporary shelter village.
It's the most cost-effective of the options. It's the closest to services. There's over 14 services, supportive services that people who are experiencing homelessness are known to access in the area. There's a transit hub nearby. All those things lend to the success of the people living in the area.
The recommendation will be brought to council this Monday. If approved and built, the site would see 80 heated and air-conditioned units with shared washrooms, meals, and 24/7 staffing. Encampment response lead Riley Willinen says the deadline for the $2.8 million grant from the province to have all the units ready has been extended to February 27th of next year.
Part of the extension does require that 40 units are delivered and constructed by December 15th, ready for a phased approach to occupancy. So what this extension allows is more time for the construction. It really does not allow for more time for a site selection.
Director of Strategy and Engagement Cynthia Olson says the village being completed is a crucial step towards addressing the ongoing homelessness crisis.
Without the village and without adequate, accessible, truly accessible indoor options for people to access, we don't have any ability to help people move along.
Residents are already voicing their concerns with a petition posted online opposed to the site. The Fort William BIA is also surprised Miles Street is back on the table.
It's just surprising, out of a pool of 50 properties, that it's circled back to this.
This latest recommendation also asks that an eye on the street camera be added in the Miles and Simpson Street area, and that $125,000 be added to the Fort William BIA's annual budget. Vice Chair Tony Depalo says they're currently polling their members to see if their opinions have changed.
To be offered money for our concerns, I'm glad that the city was able to listen to some of our concerns, but our concerns are what the people want. Again, it's not our area. There are businesses that surround this Miles Street location and residents. They don't seem to be addressed or offered anything.
McKellar Ward Councillor Brian Hamilton, who originally voted against the Miles Street property, says the location meets all the hallmarks for a great site.
It's less than ideal. Nobody wants homelessness. Nobody wants to live on the street. Homeless people don't want to live on the street either. But here we are, and we're in this housing crisis, and we have to address it head on.
If the recommendation passes on Monday, it will then have to be ratified at the next council meeting. Jessica Clement, TVT News.